on.
Okay. Holding on. Strap in. Okay. Seatbelts
Hannah.
on. Let's go.
Let's
Brooke.
chit chat about Brooke. Let's chit chat about, is the beauty industry dying?
Honestly, elaborate. Before I get into my side, what do you think? Elaborate on what you mean by
just a little background information for anybody who doesn't know what I'm referencing. There was a TikTok that went viral about a week ago. And it was this girl saying that she was pissed off that she had to take PTO for her to get her hair done. And I think that's how it started. And then a bunch of hairstylists started talking about how they feel like it's a luxury service and that they also work just as much as you do, a regular person that works like a 9-to-5 corporate job, you own your own business. Everyone is working and trying to have enough time for their social life as well as time for them to work. And so it started this whole conversation about like, oh, can we just do stuff at home without the beauty industry? And then it started with Lash Techs. Then Lash Techs started talking about how people are saying nowadays that they can do clusters at home, that they don't need to put down all this money for deposits, that the lash price from, because I think it started in 2018. I don't know when did you remember the first time lashes becoming a thing? I think like 2018.
Yeah, probably. It was definitely before the pandemic. I feel like like my sophomore year of college, maybe. So that would be like 2018.
I started getting lashes in 2019.
Okay.
Nah. I got them actually. I started getting them right before the pandemic, just like you said. Like I think like 2020 is.
I feel like
not 2019.
Not in high school, definitely like right when we got into college. I feel like around then. Yeah.
So they could have been a thing for longer, but for Hannah and I, at least our age group, like we started noticing them around like 2018 to like 2020 is when we started seeing the rise of them. And people were saying that the prices back then versus the prices now has just like skyrocketed, and that like these Lash Techs are charging an arm and a leg for a deposit, that they charge for like lashes.
They charge
like,
for the lashes.
Yeah, the lashes. They charge for the lash shampoo. They charge for like all these extra things. Yeah, like
interesting.
I've seen that, but like some people are just like upcharging like a lot. Like it's like $300 to get your lashes done. So it started this whole thing on TikTok that like the beauty industry is dying. That people can do clusters at home for half the price. That people can do all of these little niche skin, hair things at home and just like leave the beauty industry behind.
This podcast is sponsored by the Salon Hub. Have you joined the Salon Hub community yet? Salon Hub is the first community designed to support salon suite professionals in their endeavor to become successful entrepreneurs. The community is free to join, so sign up today and share your experience, get answers to your questions, and ask for feedback from your peers as we all aim to grow in 2024. To sign up, visit thesalonhub.social and click the community button at the top. We'll be waiting for you.
Interesting.
What's our thoughts?
I have a few things to say about it. So going back to like people being like, I shouldn't have to take PTO to like get my hair done, blah, blah, blah. You're electively choosing to do that. Like if you want to do like, no, you have to take the PTO. Like if you can't get a weekend appointment and that your girl that you want to go to only does like Wednesdays or Fridays, you gotta make it work. If you want this, that's not whatever. So I think that they're wrong about that. I do think though that I'm a DIY at home girly for treatments. I love that kind of stuff. Like I do my own nails. I do all the things. But I also think that TikTok is not, let me rephrase it. I feel like the amount of things on TikTok that treatments or like stuff that people are promoting and everything, it makes me want to get things done and like book a service with someone. So I feel like it's not like making it die. I feel like it's helping it to grow even. Like I feel
so like a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Yeah. To the girl that's saying she has to take PTO for her hair because she can't get in with her hair girl, there's a Supercuts down the street that I know will take you. So if you don't want to value that person's time and value their art and their craft and the reason that they're so booked up that you can't get in, and set aside time. And I know those people are looking for like last minute appointments, and that's why they're upset that they can't get in. But just from my side of things, I feel like, yes, like, is it difficult? Like maybe your hairstylist closed Saturdays down. Like, okay, that's inconvenient for you. But what you can do with that information is see, okay, do we have another day that works? No. All right. Well, then let me find another hairstylist that works for my needs. And then that's where you can go about doing that. But don't hate on a hairstylist for setting her own boundaries and her own schedule that clearly is working for her because she's still in business, and
Exactly.
value their work versus like I said, you can just go down to a Supercuts, go to a hair cuttery, not trashing
Yeah,
those places. I'm just saying they're open from 9 to 9, 5 days a week, probably more.
exactly.
So go get your hair cut there. Go get your hair cut there.
Yeah, and I feel like also go get box dye at home if you really like want it
Yeah.
done ASAP Rocky. I think, yeah, I don't know. That's a crazy statement to make. I feel
Yeah.
like I don't
I don't
know.
know. When I was seeing all that stuff on my For You page, it really put things in perspective for me about how people view us in the industry, and
Yeah,
that it really is a luxury service. Like back then, they did not have any of this.
yeah,
Like when I'm
yeah.
saying back then, like I don't even know what I'm
Back
referencing.
back then in the
Back
day,
back in my
twenty
day.
seventeen. Back in my day, I had to walk uphill both ways to school.
No, but
I
literally back in those days, they didn't have all this
yeah,
stuff. This is all luxury things. And it's like the consumption of all these things that we have
yeah.
and using them and stuff like that. So it's really just kind of where your priorities are, in my
And
opinion.
that's why I feel like even when you say like, is the beauty industry dying? I feel like it's not because of like you said, overconsumption of stuff. Like I'm on TikTok and I see something and I'm like, okay, I need that right now. And I'm about to book like a
Yeah.
infrared facial when I don't need that. Like
Let's talk about
it's
that really quick.
yeah, yeah,
Like when it comes to TikTok, I feel like, and this will bring us to like our next topic, but like something that like Hannah and I have been like loving at the moment has been like not giving into trends.
yeah, yeah.
But
It's
I
there,
don't know.
everything is a trend. I feel like I am always like, what's the next thing I need to do? There's always something that like can make me look better or feel better. And I'm the amount of things that I just impulse buy from like Amazon that's like, this is gonna help
Yeah.
your hair grow. Like, what? It's not.
Is
Like,
it?
why are you buying? Is it? Is it really? I need to like stop doing that. And I feel like that's the thing about social media. Everyone's pushing something. Everyone's an
Yeah.
influencer or sponsored by something or other. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Crazy.
feel like it's just so common nowadays. And I feel that everybody's trying to be the next big thing. But I
Yeah.
think that it's been proven time and time again that it doesn't happen, or it does happen organically, that it doesn't. I mean, some people talk about like industry plants and like stuff like that.
Yeah.
But from like what we see with influencers that kind of like blow up, they kind of just like blow up out of nowhere. And like they could be
Mhm.
working for years, posting videos every single day, multiple times a day, and then out of nowhere they have something that blows up and it just works
Yeah.
for them, versus somebody that just randomly posted a video. Like I feel like we need to stop making people famous because they're hot.
Yes.
Hot
No,
take.
100%. Hot take. No more hot people. Thank you.
Like, why are
I,
we giving people platforms just because they're attractive? Like, that's what I'm
yeah.
confused about.
And I saw a TikTok the other day and someone was like, I am so sick of these influencers that it's just literally like them flaunting all this stuff that they have in like their perfect lives or whatever. And I forget where I was going with that statement, but the girl was basically, she was basically like, um, influencers just make everyone not feel insecure, but everyone's an influencer these days. Everyone's life is perfect. It almost is
Yeah.
like back in the day, we used to have like we didn't have influencers like this. We had
No.
like just celebrities and we didn't know a lot about their lives because social media didn't let us in on their lives. And now
Yeah.
like having all these influencers, everyone wants to be like living that life and it just it's unattainable. I feel like going back to all the overconsumption. It's just
Yeah.
no one actually lives like that. Like we need to stop with the influencers and the micro
Yeah.
influencers. But I mean,
I
get your
think-
bag if that's your prerogative. But I don't know.
Because I don't want to I don't know what word I'm trying to say.
Contradict?
I don't want to contradict what our podcast by like going viral. Like,
True.
yes, like we want you to get viral. We want you to be successful in your business. I think what we're trying to say is that having value to your content is not as important as it used to be. I feel like we're losing
Yeah.
that. I feel like we're losing the things that we're gaining. I feel like nowadays with trends and everything, and Hannah and I love talking about them, but recently we've been kind of redoing our podcast because we don't want it to be so trend based, because we feel like people should have more individuality. And also, like, I saw this TikTok the other day, which I thought was really put things in perspective for me. Like, and we don't have to go down this whole rabbit hole of the whole like Blockgate thing. Like that's a whole other podcast topic. Like we could talk about for a really long time. But
Yeah.
it did put in perspective for me that like I wonder how everybody would treat each other and look and what they would do if we weren't consistently following the same trends. Like
Yeah.
I go to the store and everybody looks the same. But like that's not
Yeah.
a bad thing. I'm just saying like I wonder how much more freeing it would be if there weren't such set trends for everyone to
Yeah.
follow, if that makes sense. And by
No
blocking
one.
these people, is that really gonna like lead us to that? Or is it just like everyone's gonna unblock them in like a month?
Yeah. No, for real. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like overconsumption is crazy. And I feel like the influencer, micro influencer thing, like there's a difference between wanting to go viral and grow your business through Instagram. And there's another thing where you're trying to grow and become a personality through your account. I feel like you need to distinguish that maybe your goal isn't to really become internet famous. Maybe it's for your work to blow up, and
Yeah.
that's great in your business to blow up, but you don't necessarily need to become or try to become an influencer that gets sponsored by all this stuff. Like I
Yeah.
think people, when they're like promoting their business on social media, that kind of gets, the lines get kind of blurred,
Yeah.
and they're like, well,
yeah.
go ahead.
I was gonna say when people start like promoting products they don't even use, like I feel like that's when
Yeah.
you get out of touch with things. That's when you're just in it for
Exactly.
the money and you're not in it. Like I feel like going into this as a beauty professional, don't lose touch. Don't lose touch of
Yeah.
why you're doing this. You're doing this to give your clients a better experience. You're doing this to
Yeah.
educate your clients. You're doing this to, if you want to create a personality online, do it. We're not saying don't do it. We're just saying don't
Yeah.
lose touch of the value of your content, because that's going to be what will make you grow and stay relevant and stay out of like the drama, canceling culture and stuff like that as well.
Exactly.
But should we
Yeah.
brighten up our conversation a little bit?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, what have you been loving recently? Like what are some things that you're so
Loving?
into right now?
I want a red light face mask. Speaking of at home products, one of those red light
Period.
face masks that I'm
Mhm.
obsessed. Everyone's also, I found it on TikTok again. Like I'm such a consumer of all this stuff, just to tie it back into our other note.
Yeah.
It's like
And it's not a problem. Like I love
Yeah.
TikTok.
it's a bit of a problem. I need to stop buying stuff, but I want one of these red light face masks so bad. If anyone has any recommendations for
Yeah.
face
I have
masks,
some recommendations for you, girl.
yes, Esty bestie, I need,
Yeah.
give me them later. We'll talk about
So
it. But
I think that's a good kind of funny thing to like talk about, because listen, like, yes, like did you learn from that from TikTok? Yes. But people are learning about it from TikTok from their estheticians.
yeah,
So
True.
like red light therapy is so good. It's
Oh,
honestly the reason why red light therapy is so popular nowadays is because people are trying to find an alternative to Botox, because a lot of people don't want to use Tox because it's so expensive and
Yeah.
it can contort your face over time, and it just some people just don't want to do it. Some people are scared of
Yeah.
needles. Like there's a million reasons to and a million reasons not to. So with red LED light therapy, what it can do for your skin is that over time, it'll give you a boost of collagen and elasticity in your skin that will
Yep.
emulate what Botox could do for you at a quicker time stamp, but it'll do it more gradually, but it'll be more natural. And red
Yeah.
light therapy is so good for your skin. And there's different lights that you can use too. So if you're having like an acne flare up, you could do the blue light. That's anti-acne. It helps inflammation, everything like that. So there's nothing bad about it other than overusing it would be bad. But girl,
Yeah.
I'll send you some recommendations because
Thank
I've been
you.
loving it. I use mine all the time and it's really helped. Like I have really bad like 11s. Like
Yeah,
here.
same.
Like do you see? Like
Yes.
if I had a picture, I would show you, but I used to have like really bad ones that were more prominent, and I'm like 24 years old.
Yeah.
And I would have wrinkles because I'm
We
just,
are
I guess I'm just
young.
thinking. Like, am I just
Yeah.
thinking? Like, I don't know.
She's just
I guess
scowling.
she
She's
just be
scowling all the
thinking.
time.
So I get really bad 11s. And then if I've been a Botox model before, so I've had it done in the past, but it doesn't last long. Mine only lasts me, I think, like 6 months. But what it
Yeah.
does is they'll do it throughout your whole face. You can't just like get Botox here because then your eyebrows will come down. So
Yeah.
then they have to do your whole forehead. And by the way, I don't know if you can see this bump. I hit my head on a door the other day.
Oh my God. She's injuring herself. She needs Botox.
I do, right?
to get
Like,
rid of the bump.
I have this big
I-
bump.
I want Botox. I actually don't want Botox. I want it. That's the other thing. TikTok's convincing me that I need Botox. And
Yeah, try the
I
natural
just-
remedy.
exactly, I want one of these face masks so bad. And you know what's great about that sort of thing? Like these DIY stuff is that you can
Mhm.
invest in this and it'll probably be less than getting red light treatments like all the time. So,
Yes,
you know.
like when people do red light therapy treatments, like, so like LED light is an add-on to a facial.
Mhm.
So that's
Yeah.
something to think about going into it. Is like, unless you're doing like an anti-aging facial or like an age rewind facial, those will always have LED light in them, in my opinion, or my experience, because it's the best way to give you results. But doing this at home will help you save money on not spending it on these bigger Botox treatments, because it could be like one, like maybe like 2 times of using your LED light mask will be like one Botox treatment. And
Yeah,
then
it's
every
crazy.
other time you use your LED mask, it's like you already paid for it in one Botox treatment.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like, I've been loving that. What else have we been loving? You said CapCut memes. Can we elaborate?
Yeah. The other day, I have been just obsessed with CapCut. Like everyone should download the app because it is a must if you want to make like funny, even not funny, even like cool, like aesthetic compilations of
Yeah.
stuff. I am just so obsessed. And there's so many like pre-made, I mean, that's what it is. It's pre-made like templates so that you can throw in your own stuff. It is so incredibly easy, and I could just scroll on there for hours and make little videos. It's so
I have a
fun.
question.
Yes.
So I downloaded CapCut when I first
Okay.
started my business last year. So it's almost been a year, which is crazy. But I downloaded it in like July, August last year. And it
Mhm.
made me make my sounds on TikTok public for me to use the app. Is that still a thing? Because I didn't like that. Because sometimes I save like, don't go
Wait,
through
what
my
do you-
saved things.
Wait, your sounds? Oh, like the
Yes.
sounds that you
And-
save, it made that public?
Yes. In order, yeah, it said in order for me to like grab sounds from TikTok, I had to log in through my Tic-Tac.
Tic-tac-toe.
Log
Okay,
in-
I see.
Log in through my TikTok account on CapCut and then
Gotcha.
make my sounds public so that CapCut could grab them to make it easier to grab it like an audio when I'm making a video. I don't know if that's still a thing. I just didn't like that personally, like making it public to everybody. But like, I mean, I don't have anything to hide, but I just didn't, I don't know. I save some weird shit sometimes.
What? Love that. What you could do is like make the whole video and then add in the like upload it to TikTok and then put the sound in afterwards rather than having it pull from TikTok.
Yeah. I just have a hard time. I have to have the sound first when I'm editing a video so I can make sure it goes along with the sound.
Yeah, like with
even
the
though it
beat and
doesn't
stuff.
need to, but like I think the dancer in me, like the 8-count dancer in me, like needs the music to match the cuts in the video. So I need like the music on there. That's like the first thing I download is the music, and then I cut it to the music, which I shouldn't do, but that's what I do.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. I've used another app. Like this isn't for the pre-made template. Like I love CapCut for the pre-made templates and everything like that. I think I use this other.
Again.
Yeah, it's so fun. I love it. But I use this other app called Splice, and that one's good for editing together stuff and cutting it and adding sounds in. I think that's a really fun one too if you're looking for something to like edit your photos. And I don't think it's as hard to add the sounds. I haven't used it in a while and added a sound, but I'll get back to you on that. I'll try it out and let you know.
Let me know.
I got you.
What else have we been loving? I wrote on here using up all my makeup. So this is like actually kind of like a love-hate thing. So I'm one of those girls that has like the big IKEA like makeup organizer, just because like grew up on makeup, like
she's
beauty.
obsessed.
What was her name? It was like Barbie 07 or something 07 on YouTube, like raised me. Juicy Star 07.
Oh,
she raised me
that.
on YouTube. She was like an OG beauty guru, and she raised me. So from a very young age, I've like been hoarding makeup. Like I still have makeup palettes from like 2012.
Oh my god! From all the way back in the day.
Because like from back in the day, and like I can't throw them away because like I feel like a part of me is like, it's like almost like a stone or like a dinosaur fossil to me. Like
a relic.
Get rid of it. It is a relic. I don't use it.
The other day I did the same thing. I went through all my old makeup palettes because number one, I don't know if you knew this, you probably did. There's like expiration dates on all the bottom,
girl.
like the little thing it says.
Skincare too. It's a little like container box, right?
Yes.
That's open.
Yeah. This one's like 12 months, I think. I've had this for like 3 years, but I don't know. I literally was like going through all my makeup and I was looking at the eyeshadow palettes and I'm like, there's just, ones I don't use, like Urban Decay, that very first, the Naked palette or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I just don't use that anymore. And I sadly threw
Those
it in the trash
palettes
the other
are
day.
everything.
They're
You did
iconic.
not.
I did.
The
It was
color-
also
What color was it? Go ahead, keep going. I'm thinking.
it
color.
lost the
I'm searching
pigment
it.
too. Like I
yeah.
would like use it and it felt chalky, and I'm like, okay, I think this one's time to go. But I had a Tarte palette. I have it right here. I have the Tarte palette
me
from
see.
a while ago, from years
Oh,
ago.
I love that
and
one. That
I
was
had to
good.
throw it out because it also, like, the formula on them got all weird and they wouldn't go on right. But I just rebought it because it's a classic.
No, because I have every single Naked palette, like the Naked one through like the Smoky, the Heat, the Minis. Like I have
Yes.
all of them. Like why? Like in a chokehold. Hold on, I'm trying to pull up the color. The color Sin, the second color in the palette, the
So
sparkly
good.
shade.
Yeah.
When I ran out of that, I was like fully like 13 to 14 years old. I had a mental breakdown because I ran out of it. And I begged my dad to buy me the palette all over again just for that one color. And
Just
I think
for the one.
I think I found out later on they sell individual shades, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
So I have two Naked palettes.
I love them. I love the Naked palette. They have really good formulas too. Not to get on a tangent about makeup, but
well, I think what I was
love it.
trying to say is like, go through your makeup and make sure you're throwing away stuff that's expired, but at the same time, don't give into trends right now of people like being like, oh, like I feel like what we're forgetting as a whole, I'm guilty of it, is that you don't need to consistently be changing your makeup routine. I feel like I'm always preaching consistency with skincare, but I think it's very true with makeup too. Like stay consistent with your makeup because your skin obviously does change. So like if your skin's changing and like don't be afraid to like change your blush or like your lip combo, but like don't always be changing your makeup because you want to make sure you're using all of your product and not wasting money on buying something new. Just because some girl on TikTok said she liked it doesn't mean it's going to work for you.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
I feel like that also plays into like everything, like hair products, skincare, whatever it is. I feel like when the Dyson got really popular a while ago, everyone was like, I need to throw out everything that I own and go buy the Dyson. And it's like, you probably have a perfectly good hairstyling tool at home, but someone's convincing you that you need Olaplex hair oil and the Dyson in order to have.
And then it came out that it was like had an agent in it that was like really bad for your hair and like your skin, didn't it?
And lose it.
And like
literally.
Everyone and their mother had the fucking Olaplex oil in like number 6 or whatever.
It's great, but also some people did find they lost their hair. That was kind of funny when that came out. But I mean, not funny for the people that's losing their hair. Sorry about that. But like everyone was so obsessed and they're like, oh, maybe we shouldn't be obsessed. But just like that sort of thing in general, like I am victim to like, I see something on TikTok and this girl's like, it completely cleared my skin, blah, blah, blah. I will go and buy it. Like I bought this one girl, she said that she would put diaper rash cream on her face.
I know who you're talking about.
In order to get rid of her acne.
She's a PA esthetician. I know who you're talking about.
Like, so slay of her to give me that advice, but I went out and bought freaking diaper cream and it didn't work. And I still had acne. And I was like, you lied.
No. Okay, so I know what you're talking about. So from an esthetician brain really quick. So diaper rash cream has an active ingredient in it that is really good for, and I'm going to butcher this because I just drank a bunch of coffee and I can't pronounce anything. It's periodal hepatitis or dermatitis. Okay. It's good for that. So if you're on your period and you get like a rash around your nose, the diaper rash cream and calendula cream and calendula gel will clear that up. It won't get rid of acne.
Right. So I forget it wasn't like acne, I think it was for like these little raised bumps that I had on my forehead. Like I forget what that kind of acne is called, but whatever. Regardless, I bought it because she was like, it's going to clear your skin immediately. And it just did not do that. So people use the products that you have and stop buying.
Reach out to a professional if you really are having issues with your skin. Like even with makeup, like, yes, like I grew up guilty. I mean, I would never change it for a second, but like I grew up learning makeup from YouTube videos. I don't think that's wrong. It's the same thing as TikTok. Like we're learning from TikTok. But I think at the same time, finding what works for you, and don't be afraid to reach out to a professional about skin, about hair, and also about like makeup. Like there's makeup classes, I mean, around me that I know about. I'm not sure about different areas, but go to those classes and really learn what it's like to do makeup. I was about to hiccup. to do makeup for your skin type. And then from there, you'll have a better understanding of like what products you should be buying. So you're not giving into this like overconsumption and like purchasing products you don't need
Yeah.
and just wasting your money. But I
Yeah.
always, my thing I've been loving at the moment is trying to use up all my products. So that's what I've been doing and I've been loving it. I did break out a little bit from like using like an older foundation, but that's where Hannah
Yeah.
came in and told us about the expiration. So make sure you're checking
Yes.
that.
Check it out.
And then I think we already talked about things that we're hating right now earlier.
We did a little bit.
So we could just skip that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think we covered it.
I think we hated a lot of things today.
We hated a lot of things. We went into a whole hate spiral.
I've been watching too much Jake Shane and his
I
therapist
love Jake
podcast.
Shane.
Love
Yeah.
him. He has
He's
like
great.
love him. He has this like podcast like segment about
Mhm.
what he's like, what are you therapist about? Or like,
Oh,
what
I love that.
Like, and I literally watched it earlier today and I think I'm just like therapist about
Yeah.
like everything.
She's riled up. She's heated. She needs to like unload, debrief.
Beyond the Sweet podcast is brought to you by the Salon Hub and their new web design service offering. If you are still using your booking software as your primary website, it might be time to switch it up. While booking services are great at keeping your appointments streamlined, they don't allow you to truly show off your brand in a unique way. We here at the Salon Hub are trying to change all that. We are now offering customized 3-page websites to help you make sure that your digital home is on brand and effective. We can integrate with any booking system you have, so you don't have to change your internal processes, and we make sure that your website reflects the vision and work you've put into your salon brand. Plus, we are making these websites affordable. To get more information, please visit us at thesalonhub.social and we'll get you started.
What is your tip of the day, Hannah? What is your tip of the day?
My tip of the day. Well, we talked about this the other day. It's stop complaining about your clients on social media.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people think it's funny to make like a little joke about like clients that they hate or whatever, but I think, or like things that clients do that make them mad or something like that. But I think that kind of makes someone who's maybe new to you a little nervous to go to you because they don't feel safe. And they're like, what if I make a mistake? She's going to make fun of me, like that sort of thing. So I would say don't do that.
I agree. Yeah. I feel like if you're going to be doing any type of video about your day, so if you're doing like a day in the life, if you're doing a client story time, so clients sometimes so I know that on TikTok, people like to hear like the bad stories. Like I know I follow this one nail girl, nail tech, and she posts videos about why she fired clients. Now, I think that's fine because obviously that client is gone and usually there's a reason why you fire the client. And I think if that's your style of going about your TikToks, your Instagram, your content, then like go ahead, go off, queen. But I do think be a little bit cautious, like Hannah said, going into it because you don't want to scare anybody off in the sense of like, oh, like even like clients are going to run late sometimes. And let's say she's a new client and you just posted about how you hate when clients show up late, but she's a new client. She didn't know how to get to your place. Maybe she didn't plan ahead that well. Maybe she has a family at home. She shows up 5 minutes late. She's not going to even want to go in because 2 days ago you posted about how mad you were that clients show up super late. And we understand and we respect your time. And I'm on both sides, so I understand. But just be cautious of what you're saying because you don't want to scare anybody away or make them feel uncomfortable. And a lot of people have anxiety, even just like leaving the house to go to these appointments, especially since it is when you're a suite owner, it is so like almost intimate because it really is just the two of you in that room. There isn't like other people around. So you just make sure that you're not rubbing anybody the wrong way with your content and instead posting encouraging content like you can ask for this stuff when you come in. Never be afraid to bring this when you come in. Like encourage positivity rather than negativity.
I think that even goes back to our whole influencer sort of thing and like creating content, number one, that resonates with the audience that you're trying to target. Like, is your goal to be someone that resonates with other hairstylists or other estheticians? Because that sort of content, they're going to find relatable. But your clients don't really care about that. Like that's not something that they want to see really, or that has any value to them. So I think it's like, are you trying to be an influencer for other hairstylists and estheticians and lash techs, or are you trying to get new clients and make content that they find interesting?
That's
so I think that's
I love
a
that you
huge
brought
thing.
That up.
Yeah, that's a huge thing when trying to figure out what kind of content to post. Who are you actually targeting? Like you can give business advice, but who are you giving business advice to? You're trying to
Yeah.
target new people
Yeah.
that want your services. They don't care about
Mhm.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, just figure out what your goal is. And you can do two at the same time, but just try to keep your content consistent. So if you're really trying to gain like kind of be like a businesswoman, you already have a full book and now you're trying to attract like other SDs or other cosmetologists to like follow what you're doing and kind of like promote like an ebook or something that you're doing. My God, like this coffee's making me want to like burp really loud and I'm not going to. Devin, if you don't edit that out, I'm gonna beat you up.
No, keep it in.
I was like, but I feel like trying to understand like what your goal is through your content. I feel like I'm rambling at this point. Should we get to our story?
Let's do it. You want to read it?
All right. So it said, story about esthetician school. Hi, everyone. I'm 3 months into my 7th month program. Hold on. Let me restart. I just completely skipped a whole sentence.
It's okay. We're dyslexic.
We're dyslexic. We can't read.
We can't read.
Hi, everyone. I'm 3 months into my 7th month part-time aesthetics program. Things were going well at first, but there's drama issues with one of the lead instructors that is now getting in the way of truly learning hands-on. They expect us to take clients for the school, but we are barely allowed to practice on each other, which has left me and other students frustrated. Understandable. I study and get good grades on theory and have done well with mannequin work. I practice on and with my clients or classmates, she said, and do services for family members, but I still feel like I'm not doing enough. I've lost my momentum and some joy I had for aesthetics, and I don't really like feeling that way. I thought I would have more instruction and guidance, but we're basically teaching ourselves in there. Been there. I'm super interested in facials and I'd like to get into medical aesthetics. Okay, period. My school uses the Milady curriculum, same. But I'm seriously about to just watch YouTube videos to help me on top of the book work. I just don't want to miss my state board exam and not pass. I just don't feel confident and I want to feel awesome at what I do before I leave. What was your experience like in school? What has helped you? Am I crazy for feeling this way? Stuff like that. Oh. Guys. School sucks. And that's it.
That's the tea.
I know, Hannah, you didn't go to school, but do you have maybe just give her some advice from someone outside, and then I can give more like aesthetics advice if that works for you.
So I feel like education, I guess, is hard. I mean, I've never been to like any kind of beauty school, so I don't really know what stuff they go over. I feel like it can't hurt to go on YouTube and watch a lot of stuff and maybe follow other people that I know that there's people on TikTok that are like, I'm going through esthetician school right now, blah, blah, and they make content about that. So maybe invest in looking up content about that on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram.
Utilize your peers.
Utilize your peers for sure. And talk to your other like classmates and be like, hey, are you as kind of lost as I am? Can we like collaborate, like do something so I can get more practice? And I mean, I don't know. What's your take on it since you went to school?
Yeah. And like we could talk a little bit more about it. I feel like once I give a little bit of insight, you'll have more advice to give. So I think what people need to realize, and it is a tough pill to swallow because you are paying so much money, but aesthetic school is basic enough as just the foundation. Like that is all it is. And as sucky as it is and how badly you want to learn everything, a lot of schools are going to be crap. Like I don't want to sit here and talk negatively about my experience because if we ever want to get into that, like I will prepare a little bit better just so I can like get my thoughts across appropriately. But what I learned in school was kind of similar to what you're saying. Now, we did practice on people. I think if I read it correctly, she said that she's not practicing on people that much. It's mainly just classmates and family members. Yeah. So maybe your school just doesn't have the best marketing when it comes to trying to get clients in. I know my school gave a very low price for a monthly cost, like a membership, and then people could come in as much as they wanted, which honestly like isn't recommended now that I'm a licensed esthetician. Like you should not be getting facials once a week. Like that's terrible for your skin, but regardless, I think don't be upset about where you are. I know you don't feel confident, but I think at the same time, take don't let yourself lose that momentum, because take your frustration from not learning it and use it into your continuing education, which you'll need after you graduate. So I didn't learn, like, I literally graduated school, was like, what did I learn? Like, I learned about the skin, but I knew more about bones in the face than I did about like how to do an extraction. And
I
like
love that.
extractions is what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, like
Yeah.
you're gonna know theory like out your like you're gonna know so much theory. But
Yeah.
when it comes to actually like hands-on manipulation of the skin, that's what people are rebooking for. They're gonna remember how you felt. I know that sounds weird, but it's the
Yeah.
truth. People are gonna remember because that's like they don't know what's happening to their skin. They don't know all the ingredients. They just know how you made them feel. So if you're not learning proper like hand manipulation techniques or anything like that, then like I really just recommend taking that love that you have and passion and applying it to after school and going to continuing education. And that's where I learned everything. And it made me like re-love it. It made me, because I did kind of fall out of love with it because I hated my experience in school. And that's just the
Yeah.
truth. I did not like where I went to school. I do not think that I learned a lot in my school experience. But that's okay. And teaching yourself will honestly set yourself up more for success, because even though you feel like you're alone in it, nobody will know your own curriculum better than yourself because you're teaching it in a way that you will receive it. Like, if that makes sense? I don't know if I'm just
Yeah.
like talking
Yeah.
out of my ass, but
No, yeah, yeah.
I don't even know if I'm making sense. But I think continuing education, number one, research a good program. Um, Read that textbook, the Milady textbook. It's going to be your best friend. Go in, reread it, reteach yourself it in a way that you'll understand without your teacher telling you X, Y, and Z, and find a mentor. Find somebody in your area. Now, I was like my own mentor, which I think is like hilarious, but like you got to find somebody in your area that you can go to and bounce ideas off of. I was really passionate about skin, so I found a mentor for social media, and that's where like Hannah helped me a lot. And my hairstylist actually helped me a lot find clientele. She was my mentor
Yeah.
for that. But find a mentor, continuing education, and honestly, like leave a terrible review for that school. If you're not loving your experience there, tell other estheticians. Comment on the
Gosh.
freaking Google review like I
Roast
did
them.
and
Yeah.
roast them. Like tell them. I mean, understand, like I need you to take a step aside and be like, okay, they're teaching me the foundation at least. And if they are doing that, then okay. But if you really feel like you're wasting your money, you're wasting your money.
Your money.
You're wasting your money. You're wasting your time. Leave a terrible review and tell
Yeah.
another SC bestie not to go there.
Be a girl's girl. I think the thing that you said about finding a mentor, huge. Network with people. Find like even, I mean, this isn't talking about like marketing for like your business or your services or anything, but like our program, the Salon Hub, it helps, it connects a lot of, we have a platform that connects hairstylists, estheticians, solo salon suite owners mainly. And we collaborate and we talk, they ask questions, they can ask their peers questions, like, what do you think of this? Or how are you going about this? I think that like finding platforms like that is going to be huge for just connecting with people that are going through the same thing that you've gone through, that might understand it more, and you can shadow them and ask them really specific questions that you wouldn't get answered in your course, your curriculum and everything like that.
And follow people on Instagram that are successful, see what they're posting. And a lot of good estheticians, like this is something I'm trying to incorporate more in my content. It's really hard to post and be a business owner. It's really hard. But follow the people that have it down packed. Maybe they've been doing it for a while. And you'll notice that they'll post about what stuff means, because they're not only posting it for their clients, they're posting it for other estheticians. So like do research on skincare brands. Like what you learn in school is just your foundation. So just walk out of there and be like, you know what? I have the degree or have your license, and that's all you got from that school. And at least you have it now. So now you can access all these extra avenues that you wouldn't have been able to without the license.
Yeah, totally.
Just thank you, next.
Thank you. Got my diploma. I'm out.
Thank you, next.
We love that. Thank you, next. We love.
Oh my goodness.
Should we? Oh my goodness. Should we do Would You Rather instead of questions this week?
Yeah. Let's do Would You Rather. Hannah had this freaking amazing written up.
Oh, thanks.
Would you rather? And I think it'll be really fun. And we're gonna go back and forth.
Okay. All right. Would you rather your client be a Karen and make comments the entire appointment, or your client be so extremely nice that they can't tell you that they hate it and they end up going in their car and crying on the way home.
The Beyond the Suite podcast is presented by the Salon Hub and the Salon Hub's Salon Marketing 101 course. The Salon Hub Marketing 101 course is designed to teach you the building blocks of marketing that you can apply to your salon business so you can get more clients in your chair in less time. So if you haven't taken a marketing class before, this is a great place to start. To join, all you have to do is go to learning.thesalonhub.social to get started today.
I'd rather a Karen. I have Karens.
I'd rather a Karen as well. Yeah.
I don't, okay, like a disrespectful client, no. No.
But like a backseat driver type of person, like,
honestly, give it to me. Like, honestly, I would rather you tell me exactly what you want and get that money's worth, girl, than cry when you get home, because everyone can feel it. I can feel it deep down when a client's being too nice to me, and I'm almost like sussing it out, and they're like, this bitch is crazy. Like, I am crazy. I have crystals in my room. Like, I can tell. Like, I have to clean them now because you're lying.
She's an astrology girl, and we're nuts. We're crazy.
Do you want me to read the next one?
Yeah, go for it.
We can go like back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This is my favorite one. Okay, go.
I'm so dead. This one says, only ever be able to play one song while you're in your suite, or only be able to listen to the JoJo Siwa album on repeat.
One song immediately. JoJo Siwa, this is a message for you. I cannot stand you. Karma is a bitch, and you're going to get yours. No, like, go off JoJo Siwa. Like, get your bag. Like, that's fine.
Not the switch up.
I will be caught dead before I am listening to that album on repeat. The only album? No, I'd rather pick one singular song.
Nar.
That's it. Nar.
I would rather listen to one song. And I mean, I'm a little different because I listen to massage therapy playlists.
True.
Like, I listen to like waves crashing for my girls to sleep. So like, honestly, don't care listening to that on repeat. JoJo Siwa would send me to a spiral.
Same. I couldn't do it. I just can't.
She should have known better. Quote her song.
She should have known better. Okay, next one. Would you rather rip all your eyelashes off with an eyelash curler? It's my biggest fear.
I've done that.
Burn. Have you really?
I have.
Or would you rather burn your eyebrows off? I don't know how, but you'd burn them off or wax them off or something, like by accident.
So I think no lashes or no brows?
No lashes or no brows. I think I do no lashes because I can always get lash extensions or like put on fakes for the time being.
I think your hair on your brows grows differently than your eyelash hairs. Mm-hmm. So it honestly depends on your hair growth. For me personally, I would rather my eyelashes, and I've done it before. Okay. So one time, let me tell a story. I was getting ready for school. This is when I was in esthetician school. I was getting ready to leave for the day. And I don't know if other people have experienced this, but when I was in esthetician school, it wasn't recommended to wear makeup because you never knew what you were getting into that day. Because each lesson, like, you would be doing facials or waxing. Sometimes they would do like a sideburn waxing. So you don't want to be wearing makeup for that.
Right.
And lashes and stuff. People are like putting their hands on their face. Like, it just, you know. So I just wouldn't wear makeup. But I had to feel cute. Because you're wearing black scrubs with no personality. Yeah. No jewelry is allowed or else you get fined.
Oh, that's crazy.
No makeup. And your hair has to be up in a ponytail.
Yeah. So
I looked terrible.
Yeah.
So I would curl my little lashes. And one day I was in a rush and my dog was like on my bed behind me and I was curling my lashes like with my elbow on my vanity. Oof. And I literally, my elbow like was on the edge and it slipped and I broke off. It was this eye. I broke off all my lashes from like here to here. And they grew back. It took a little bit. They did grow back. But I remember when I just got my lashes, I have lash extensions on right now. When I got them done about like 2 weeks ago, she said to me, she was like, you have a lot less eyelashes on this side than you do that eye. And I was like, yeah, it's this eye.
Yep, babe.
Chop them off. They grew back pretty quick.
Yeah.
Let me see.
What's the next one?
I put this one. Would you rather have oily skin or frizzy hair?
I already have frizzy hair at all times, so frizzy hair. I feel like when my skin looks oily, I just feel gross. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're having like a bad skin day.
Yeah. So I have oily skin. So I feel like we're so funny because we're both like, we're just going to stick with what we have.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with oily skin. Oily skin, you don't wrinkle as fast. So like,
there you go.
People always hate on oily skin. It does suck because I'm constantly blotting my face or applying powder, but you don't wrinkle as fast. So that is something that is like a benefit. That's a perk. But
frizzy hair just it's not the vibe. You have
pretty hair though.
I feel like curly girls with the curly hair, I think they can get away with frizz and lean into that. But yeah, I hate when my skin like is feeling bad and like I'm having breakouts. So I'd definitely rather the frizzy hair. But good to know that I am not going to get wrinkles if my skin's oily. Well, slower,
well, you might still get them, but it's a slower process from what I've learned in school. I mean,
love it.
Who knows? School education sucks, right?
We didn't learn anything. She's pulling shit out of her. She's making this stuff up. Okay. Would you rather post the last photo you took on your business? Wait. Would you rather, I worded this weird. Would you rather post the last photo that you took and it has to be on like your business Instagram? Or would you rather post a screenshot of your last text conversation also on your business Instagram? So either your last photo in your camera roll, or your last text combo, which is worse? That's really the real question.
The last photo is...
These are videos
of my dog. I took this video of her. This is a photo, not video. My last thing in my camera roll is my dog this morning. She wouldn't get up for bed. She's like a teenager. I like take the blanket off of her. I'm like, let's go. And she just looks at me like I'm not
wake up.
But if we're doing photo.
My last photo is a screenshot from a TikTok of this girl's outfit, and I loved it, so I screenshotted the outfit. So it would be my dog's party invitation. Perfect.
Because I screenshotted it this morning to send to my sister-in-law. So yeah,
posting.
I don't know if I want people to come to my dog's birthday party. Let me see what my last text is.
Yeah, my last text. Oh, I'm in a Wordle group chat with my entire family. So my last text is from our Wordle group chat, but. You know, people want to know the scores. I could post that. I think I'd rather, at this moment in time, probably my last text, just because.
Oh my God.
People don't need to see my camera roll.
My last text I got is from my dad just now. And he texts, my dad's house is up for sale right now. He's trying to sell it because everyone like moved out. He's trying to downsize, long story short. He just texted me saying a quote from our realtor that's selling the house. Keeps getting better and better. Yesterday's buyer loved the house, but not enough privacy in the backyard. They are nudists.
Oh,
so cute. It's not enough. I guess I'll post Becca's invitation because
probably Becca's invite is better. My one friend just texted me. This would be my last text now. She goes, "Can we try to make quilts?" I probably wouldn't want to post that, but like, I don't know how to knit.
Can we try to make quilts?
Can we try to make quilts? So no, won't be posting that. I'll post my Wordle group chat text. They're entertaining.
Slay. All right. I think that is the end of Would You Rather.
I think so. I think we also might be out of time as well.
Yeah. I'm also really sleepy.
Oh. All right. It's early here earlier than we normally do this, so we're a little tired. But okay, that's all we have. Submit your questions and scary salon stories over on the Salon Hub Instagram or Brooke Olivia Beauty. She takes some of those questions sometimes. Follow her, like, subscribe. And join the Salon Hub community if you're looking for support from fellow beauty entrepreneurs and all that jazz. So you can find that over on the Salon Hub Instagram. I think that's it.
Yeah, if you ever need anything, send us a DM and we'll get back to you. Don't forget to also check out the other side of this podcast, which is Beyond the Suite, where Steve interviews people that own salon suites and gets their experience. So if you're a beauty professional that wants a little bit more detail on what it's like to own a suite, check that out as well. And we will see you guys next time.
Bye, besties.
Bye, besties.
The toddler wait.